So this is exciting. Sony have released their first video of the AIRPEAK drone. Now, just recently, they've announced it by Mr. Kenichiro Yoshida at the CES 2021. Now, it seems to be aimed at professional filmmakers, which will be able to support your Sony Alpha camera. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not going to compete with DJI drones. You know, it's not going to be this size. It's going to be very similar to the, I suppose, the DJI Matrice. It's actually quite large. Mainly for the fact that, you know, it's got to support the camera. It's got to support a 3-axis gimbal. It seems like they've got the A7S III mounted on the drone, which the footage would absolutely be epic. But I don't think it's going to be for us people at the moment in terms of regular consumers, working professionals 100%. We don't know the price yet. We don't know too much details, but just like to mention, I know Ash from Droning On is going to be doing a video of this. So if you do want to see a little bit more in-depth detail with someone who works with drones all the time, go check out his channel. Link will be in the description below if you want to check out Ash's channel. But yeah, let's get into this video and see what this drone has. And that's the Sony concept car that they actually have designed, which is really cool. It's a really cool concept car. But okay, so you can see from the top here, it's actually quite large. It's a quadcopter, so it's got some removable legs, removable drone. Let's just step it back a little bit here. Now we can see here it's got a couple of side sensors there, it's got a couple of sensors at the front, and this seems to be the viewing camera, is what you can see through the live feed of your controller. They've got the A7S III mounted on there as well, and I'm not sure what lens that is. The G lens. It's interesting. Big 3-axis gimbal, solid drone. 2 battery compartments there. You can see there's on and off button. This seems to be maybe the SD card input. It's very reminiscent of the Matrice drone. So yeah, front, side, there'd be rears, and I think there's top sensors as well. You can see there, almost looks like your DJI drone camera, interestingly. Step forward a bit. There you go. Look at the size of that. It's incredible size. It's really big. Very similar to the Matrice. Obviously, it's got to have to handle your Sony camera. And there we go. So the sides lift up. The legs lift up. Which is really interesting. That'll provide a little bit more safety to the sides. Okay, so it's the first glimpse here at the screen. So I'm assuming this is the monitor. No, so that's an iPad. So you can attach your own iPad, very similar to your DJI drones where you can attach your phone or your iPad or a tablet, whatever it is. What has it got at the top? GPS, battery, FPV mode. So they've got it in FPV mode, it looks like. There's a home function, GPS there. Like I said, check out Ash from Droning On if you want to check out a little bit more detail when it comes to this video. I'm just winging it. Yeah, so obviously you're going to get really crisp footage being the A7S III, which I'm recording on right now. You can see there, that's the A7S III, chucking on a new lens. So you can see here, balancing the gimbal will be quite interesting. It's just like balancing a 3-axis gimbal. It's pretty much a 3-axis gimbal just turned upside down. Looks like, I'd like to say that's a G Master lens, the 24mm, maybe, unless it was the 135G. So, doesn't really give you much in this video. Because technically you don't really need to see the footage because the footage is from the A7S III. It's nothing to do with the footage. It's how the drone actually performs. So I really wonder what kind of price we're looking at as well. So you can see it's all carbon fiber to make it really light, but look at the size of those batteries. Massive, massive batteries. You're probably having like, you know, 30 to 45 minute flight time holding all that weight. Who knows? It's very interesting. So you can see a lanyard clip, return to home, or is that GPS, record button. It's a very basic remote. You can see the toggles there, very similar to your DJI drones as well, where you can toggle your camera, tilt, pan, all that kind of stuff. But I'm assuming you'd be able to adjust your camera settings through this as well, so it's interesting. Car driving through the mountains now, looks gorgeous. Putting ND filters on. It's a nice side view of this thing. Obviously LED markers there, very similar, the same. It's pretty much the same as DJI drones. Sensors push out a little bit. Obviously that's the front and back sensor. Probably acts as a gimbal protector as well, or a camera protector in case it hits something. It's interesting how this, you can still, there's no front protector. I suppose it's very similar to DJI drones as well. And that's it. That's the AirPeak. That's the Sony AirPeak. So in terms of speed, it doesn't really show or tell you any details about the specs, but the speed will be interesting to see how fast it will go. I would imagine, you know, 60 to 70 kilometers per hour at least, especially with the size of this thing. Could go up to maybe 80 to 90 kilometers per hour, which is almost, you know, 50, 60 miles per hour. You would imagine something like that, but will they actually release something? This could be the first version, the AirPeak, which will give working professionals a chance to have a drone. Will they produce a consumer drone for people like us, like the DJI drones, you know, Mavic Mini or the Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic Pro 2? Will they produce something like that? You can see that camera on the front could be just as good quality. I'm not 100% sure, but we soon shall soon find out. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, that like button, that would be absolutely amazing. See you guys in the next one. Let's get it.